Renting a house, lease agreement for house rentals. Tips are provided for house renting, including house hunting and preparing to move. Renting a home may be a good solution for some people. If you are not suited for apartment living, and are not in the right financial situation to buy a home, then renting one is going to be the right answer for you. Luckily, renting a home is not complicated. In fact, in many cases it is easier than renting an apartment. The first thing you need to do is to calculate how much you can afford for renting a house. You will not need a real estate agent to rent a home. Most rental homes are handled by the people that own them. This allows for a one-on-one relationship with your property owner, which is something that is often lacking in an apartment situation. The following tips will help you get started in looking for a new residence and for moving. Make a list of things you need in your home. There are many things to consider when learning how to rent a house. If you have a family of 5, then a 2-bedroom home won't cut it when you rent housing. Likewise, if your home was built for 7 people and you only have 2 living there, you might feel like you have too much space. Narrow your search by determining your physical space requirements before you start looking, and you will have a better chance at finding something quickly that has everything you want and need. Begin your search. Depending on your area, you might find numerous home and condo rental papers that you can look through. The newspaper is another wonderful option that will allow you to find local homes in your county. If you live in a larger, metropolitan city, you might want to check on the internet as well. There are numerous sites that will lead you to house rentals in your area. Most of these online ads will show pictures and give contact information to allow you to see the home and speak with the owner about renting. Consider all your options. Are you interested in renting a home because you would like to buy one, but are not financially able just yet? Consider looking for homes with rent-to-buy options. Do not assume that renting a home has to be a bad thing. Even if the landlord does not offer you something you require, such as a rent-to-buy option, you could negotiate with him. While some landlords would be adamantly against selling one of their rental housing properties, many may be interested and simply never thought to offer that option. Remember, you never really know something unless you ask. Look at numerous homes before choosing one. If you are legally bound to live in a certain house, then you owe it to yourself to make sure you are going to be happy in that house. It will be hard for most people to find a home that has every single thing they want. However, you should be able to find many homes that are suitable. Just make sure to consider your options wisely when you make the ultimate decision on where you will be moving your family. A pros/con list is always a good idea, and don't forget to discuss it with everyone who will moving with you. Ask any questions you need to before signing the rental agreement. You will need to check with the landlord about many things. Does the home allow for pets? How much is the security deposit? Is there a list of rules about what can and cannot be done? Is there an end of lease cleaning fee? Are there any non-refundable fees? Who should you call if something breaks down? Is lawn care included or should you handle these issues on your own? You will need to know these things to ensure that the home you are renting is the right one for you. Read over the lease agreement and sign. Once you have inspected the house, spoken to the landlord, and made the decision to move, you will only have one thing left to do. You will need to sign the lease. This legally binding contract will contain all the information about your obligations, the obligations of your landlord, and the home in which you will be renting. It will explain things such as the price of the security deposit, what happens if you break your lease early, and the repercussions for any wrongdoing on your part. You will want to make sure you read this thoroughly before you sign. Once you have signed the lease, in most cases, the home immediately becomes your rental property and you will be able to move in. Caution: be wary of renting a home owned by a person you are not very fond of. This could lead to a bad situation where you end up extremely miserable.